What completely legal substance are you addicted to? When I had a cold, I used this nasal spray that shrinks the blood vessels in the nose and makes it easier for you to breathe. It is an over-the-counter drugstore item and you don't need a prescription. Once you stop using it, your nose clogs up, or at least it feels like it, because you used to breathe like a superhero for a week. The longer you use, the worse the withdrawals are. I couldn't properly breathe without it, so I ended up using it for almost half a year. Edit: in case someone is interested, I kicked the habit by buying few standard saline, sodium chloride, spray. It's just salt water that helps clean and treat dryness in the nasal passages.
I used one for a few weeks, and while I still had serious trouble breathing through my nose, it greatly helped. I also slept in an elevated position with like 3 pillows. It took me almost a month to feel like I was breathing well, but still not as well as I was with the other stuff. Doritos. I was a massive addict. I used to buy a couple whole boxes of them. I used to drive to Frito-Lay's to buy them directly from the factory because was the only places where you could buy this much without people asking questions. What makes me stop was in one occasion I went to a Colomado, is pretty much a 7-Eleven or mini market here at Dom.Rep. Told the guy give me this just on Doritos. Was around 800 DPO, which is $14 US. One bag personal bag of Doritos is 25 DPO here. Around 30-something bags of Doritos. The guy looked at me and told me, damn. You just wiped my whole shelf. Now I need to call Frito-Lay's to bring me a couple boxes. I looked at the empty shelf. I was so embarrassed and disgusted of myself. On my way walking home I started to gift them away to people.
I kept like 3 bags, ate them, and since then I slowly were reducing my numbers of Doritos at weeks for the next couple months. I still love them, but I don't have the impulse anymore.
Oreos. I can knock down a sleeve before looking down. It only stops when the stomach pain sets in, and even if it subsides for a moment, that moment will be filled with an Oreo. Wow, thank you so much for the gold. I didn't expect this to take off. Your replies have been making me laugh for hours, thank you again. Lip balm.
Was liquor and sadness, currently is Pokemon cards and a lot less sadness. Not great, but I see this as an absolute win. Fizzy drinks. Chocolate. I gave up smoking years ago and substituted it with an addiction to chocolate.
Potato chips. Salt and vinegar especially. I can eat entire family bags of them in a sitting. I've been making serious efforts to cut that out lately. I've been chip-free for almost a week. And yet the crisps call to me.
Coffee.
Junk food. And, while not a substance, going to the store to buy the junk food is also an addiction I have.
Sugar.
Caffeine.
Time. As in staying up late. Without any damn reason to. Edit. Christ. I didn't know that this was a problem for so many people. I'd like to add that I also hate napping. Which doesn't help my situation. But I always seem to wake up feeling disoriented and scatterbrained.
Q-tips. That feeling of scratching my ear canals after a day or two of seasonal allergies is the best. Alcohol.
Potato chips. Can't have them around the house. I will never stop. Especially chicken twisties. Sweet Baby Ray's honey chipotle barbecue sauce. I had a bad accident as a kid from drinking what I thought was Kool-Aid, but nope. So a very good porting of my tongue and cheeks got scar tissue. Since then I haven't been able to taste a lot of foods. I literally cannot taste most bread, crackers, light soup broths, a few juices, etc. The worst easily is that I cannot taste most red meats. But for some reason I'm super sensitive to honey and smoky flavors, and that sauce was a godsend. I am no medical doctor, and I don't know how to explain it. But when I use it on something I not only taste the sauce but can actually taste a lot of foods I couldn't before. So I put it on everything like a weirdo. In the same vein, I also keep a small bottle of ghost pepper hot sauce as well, but mostly for pasta, as Chipotle barbecue doesn't seem to work with most red sauces, but the ghost pepper does. Edit. First award Thai friendo. Also story time. Since you were interested, please mind my grammar typing on my phone during lunch break. My mom remarried when I was 5 and stepdad's family lived in Ensenada, Mexico. My grandmama worked this portable fish taco stand for all the tourists who got off the cruise ships. I remember going with her to the port, seeing this nice jug of what I thought was delicious Kool-Aid or fruit punch. She was talking to some fisherman with my mother next to her, and when her back was turned, I just opened it up and took about 2 or 3 gulps. My mom turns around, swatted whatever it was out of my hands, and starts screaming at my grandmother in Spanish. A huge argument breaks out. Everyone's freaking out for a good minute before it hits me. Now keep in mind I'm a little white boy. Barely can speak English, don't know a lick of Spanish, and everyone's freaking out. I must have done something bad. But what? And as I thought that, my entire throat, mouth and stomach start burning. I instantly throw up all over my grandmama's cart and the fisherman that came over to grab me. A veritable mixture of half-digested dinosaur chicken nuggets, fries, milk, and blood ruined this guy's shirt. My entire chest is on fire, and then I don't remember anything until waking up with a tube in my mouth on a white bed. I literally had to relearn how to eat over a year and had to take speech therapy courses later on in life because of it. I never asked what it was exactly. My thought was some sort of cleaner or fuel. The cart had a small generator on it for the fryers. It was bright red though and looked like it was in a gallon milk jug. Wish I could give you more details, but that's all I remember. I'll shoot my mother the question, she may remember better than me. Thin Mints. Lucky is the first Girl Scout I spot each season. I'll tell them, stay right there. Don't go anywhere. Then I'll go home and get my van. Come back as quick as I can, hoping the girl hasn't left the area. I'll pull up, throw a bunch of money on the table and just grab what I came for. I'll load my prize in the back of the van, secure it well and take off. I've got a special place in my home where nobody can find them. But it's easy for me to get to when I want to treat myself. Usually they'll last a few months. Then I start looking forward to spotting the next lucky Girl Scout.
Check my username LOL.
I have a family member that got addicted to rice cakes. Like Quaker Oats rice cakes. She would send her son into the store to buy them because she was embarrassed of going into the store so much and the cashiers recognizing her buying all these rice cakes. She would leave them in all kinds of places throughout the house. In drawers at work, in her car, etc. I'm dying just writing this. When she took a trip to Hawaii, she took a bag and filled them with rice cakes because she was worried the island wouldn't have the ones she liked. Her husband was like, WTF? When he got there and opened the bag, she actually got talked to by her boss at work because the janitor told on her that she had all these crumbs around her desk constantly. She wasn't fat or a gross person or weird. She just got this addiction to rice cakes for like 9 months straight. Said she knew she had a problem with them and it was all she would think about at times. But it seriously was like an addiction. So funny. We still talk about it like 25 years later.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.